guys, we are back after taking like a couple days off, and we have another song by Eminem. Which one are we doing today?
Today we're doing Lucky You featuring Joyner Lucas. Do you know
I
it?
don't know.
If anything, I think you'd remember the chorus, which I say that in like every Eminem song we do.
That always happens. I'm not recognizing it.
Yeah, it's a good song. It's one of the more popular ones off of Kamikaze.
Do you listen to it a lot?
Sometimes, yeah,
Okay, maybe.
yeah. So it's track 3 off Kamikaze, but we'll do what we always do. We'll listen, break it down, all that stuff.
Sounds good.
Yes, and we are sponsored by Manscaped. I got the Performance Package 4.0, which comes with the Lawnmower 4.0. My favorite part I always mention is that there's a light when you're using it so you could actually see what you're doing. It also has this ceramic blade. I can never get this blade into focus. Anyway, it helps reduce nicks and ingrown hairs. It's waterproof. You could use it in the shower. It's by far the best buzzer I've ever used. It also comes with attachments for the Lawnmower 4.0. And the performance package also comes with a separate ear and nose hair trimmer. And you also get crop preserver and crop reviver, also known as ball deodorant and ball toner. Very nice. And you also get this travel case you can carry everything in there. And you get boxer briefs with the performance package as well, which is great. And you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code WITHSMITH at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code WITHSMITH. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Your balls will thank you.
And the link for that is in the description below as well.
Yes.
And we're also sponsored. Why am I doing that? We're also sponsored by Carnivore Snacks, which is one of my favorite meat snacks ever. And I am a keto carnivore, so I eat these a lot, all the time, all day. And this is the lamb sliders, which is actually my favorite. And it's just grass-fed lamb and Redmond real salt. Only 2 ingredients, grass-fed, which makes it absolutely awesome. Absolutely delicious. It's literally like eating a meat potato chip, which I always say sounds weird, but it's insanely delicious, and I definitely recommend trying it if you haven't before. And you can use our code, same code, with Smith for 15% off your order, and the link for that's in the description below. We are also sponsored by Chomps. I was just eating this one before. I used to eat these when I would advertise them, but then I'd be talking with my mouth full, and since we don't edit our videos, it's disgusting. So I don't eat them while I'm showing them anymore, but I swear I do eat them in real life. So we're sponsored by Chomps. Chomps is my favorite beef jerky and one of my favorite meat snacks ever. It is all grass-fed or free range, depending on the type of meat, and the flavors are awesome. Minimal ingredients, only ingredients that you are familiar with and can understand, like 90 calories. They're super soft, moist, and delicious, and I highly recommend them. And you can use our coupon code WITHSMITH for 10% off your order and an additional 10% off subscriptions. And we are also sponsored by SeatGeek, which is my favorite ticket website, which we used when we went to see Kevin Hart, Chris Rock, and Steve Chappelle at Madison Square Garden. And that was an awesome experience. Very easy, simple, electronic, no paper ticket. And you can use our coupon code with Smith for $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek for either like concert tickets, sporting events, or like any type of ticket you're in the market for. And the link for that's in the description below. Check out our Amazon storefront if you're interested. Like and subscribe. Follow us on social media if you want to. And that's it.
Yes.
Cool. I'm making a mess.
Bag fell over.
There's meat chips on the table. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go. Lucky you.
Whoa. Johnny, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I done did a lot of things in my day. I admit it. I don't take back what I say. If I said it, then I meant it. All my life I won a Grammy, but I probably never get it. I ain't never had no trophy or no motherfucking ribbon. Fuck the system. I'm that nigga. Bend the law, cut the rules. I'm about to risk it all. I ain't got too much to lose. Y'all been eating long enough. It's my turn to cut the food. Pass the plate with my drink. This my day. Lucky you. Fuck you too. Woo! Y'all gotta move. Y'all gotta move. Y'all
Yeah, I
gotta
know
move.
this song.
Give me some room. Give me some room. Give me the juice. How about the coupe? How about the coupe? How about the shoot? Y'all gotta move. Y'all gotta move. Give me the juice. Back on my bullshit, my back to the wall, turn my back on you all and you finish. Back to these bullets, it's back to the job, put my Mac out and all of you running. Back on my hood shit, it's back to the pushing, these packs and I'm actually pumping. Can't fuck with you rappers, you practically sucking. You might have win platinum, but that don't mean nothing. I'm actually buzzing this time. Straight out the kitchen, I told them the oven is mine. I do not fuck with you guys. If I don't kill you, just know you gon' suffer this time. I ain't no gangster, but I got some bangers, some chains and some blazing, a couple of nines. Choppers and jimmies, a partridge, a petri. My 20s and Christmas was nothing but lies. Run at you hard like a sumo. They say I talk like a chulo. I live in Mars, I'm not Bruno. Bitch, I'm a duck, call me Cujo. You play your cards, I reverse on you all, and I might just drop out like a Uno. Cállate boca, my home, they call it Obuto, and all of you culo. Never better to level up in the ghetto, looking for something I probably can never find now. This shit irrelevant till the beat die down. The truth niggas just really want me tied down. I've been alone and I never needed nobody, just only me and my shotty. I tell these niggas to lie down. Keep all the money, I never wanted a lifestyle. I just pray to God my son will be alright now. I said, ain't no love for the other side or anyone who ever wants smoke. When I die, I'm going out as the underdog who never lost hope. You in the wrong cab, down the wrong path, nigga, wrong way, wrong road. Snakes in the grass, trying to slither fast. I just bought a fucking lawnmower.
Okay.
So yeah, once the song started, I didn't think I knew it, but then that second part came in, and I was like, "Oh, I've heard this
So y'all gotta
before."
move. Y'all gotta move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've played this before. Was that on the radio?
I don't. So there was a music video. So I don't know if it was on the radio or not. But they
Yeah,
made a video as if it was a single. So I'm not sure actually.
because I recognize that part, but like nothing else that I've heard.
Yeah. So yeah, they're doing like the modern like rapping style. Like the triplet type flow, kind of.
Triplet flow.
Yeah. Like the Migos made that popular.
What does that mean?
Like the y'all gotta move. Y'all gotta move. Give me some room. Give me some, like they're like repeating themselves and they do like the. So it's this one's not
Because
so.
you just said him saying that would be twin. Because
So
it was
so
twice.
this so that like what he just did there might not necessarily be triplet, but it's the modern, it's the you know what I mean, the way they rap now, like the way the Migos do, like their thing. I can't even
Okay,
think of a specific Migos song off the top of my head. That's how, you know,
me neither.
unfamiliar I am with them. But yeah, it's all like the shit. So he does it. Eminem kind of. I mean, Eminem does it a lot on this album where he's rapping. I mean, he did it on Revival too, where he's like mimicking the flows of like the
Yeah,
mumble
yeah.
modern rappers and shit. So yeah.
So, like, quick question though, like Joyner, like he's kind of new, but he's not like that, not like the new mumble
No, so
rappers like
he's
you guys call it.
yeah, so he's more like a lyrical content rapper.
Okay.
So we heard on what song was that? Where Eminem's like, if you're not Joyner or
Yeah, yeah,
Cole
yeah.
or Kendrick, we just did it. I'm blanking on which song that was, but whatever.
Is
So
it The Ringer?
maybe it might have been,
Greatest?
maybe
Something?
I'm blanking right
Someone
now.
will comment.
Yeah,
Someone will let you know.
I know it too. I'm still not feeling great.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's newer, but he's still like part of like the old schoolish like Eminem grouped him with Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. So yeah.
Okay.
So he starts off, Joyner Lucas. He has the first part of the song. He says, "Yeah, I done did a lot of things in my day. I admit it. I don't take back what I say. If I said it, then I meant it. All my life I want a Grammy, but I'll probably never get it. I ain't never had no trophy or no motherfucking ribbon."
So it's like completely self-explanatory.
Yeah, it is. He
He
says what
had
he
nothing. He
means.
wants a Grammy. He doesn't think he'll get it.
Yes, and he never got any awards or recognition. So I want you to remember this because you're gonna see Eminem does like an opposite thing. Like he mimics Joyner's verse from another angle. So they both have like the same critiques and stuff, but they come at it from different directions, which is interesting. Then he continues, he says, where the hell is this? He says, fuck the system. I'm that dude. Bend the law, cut the rules. I'm about to risk it all. I ain't got too much to lose. Y'all been eating long enough. So again, fuck the rules. I'm gonna do whatever I want. I'm gonna
And
risk it
he's
all.
coming for you.
Yes, and
Like the other rappers.
yeah, so he's saying he's new, he's hungry, he never had a lot, so he doesn't have enough to lose, you know what I mean? So again, keep that in mind when we get to Eminem's part. Then he says, "It's my turn to cut the food. Pass the plate. Where's my drink? This my day. Lucky you. Fuck you too." Whoa. So
So
he can,
again, more like it's my turn, like I'm coming.
yes, and he's continuing with the he's hungry scheme, right? And he's cut the food, pass the plate. Where's my drink? All
Cut
like,
the food.
yeah,
I haven't heard that one.
yeah, it's funny. So then he comes into this little. I don't know if this is considered the bridge or if this is his chorus. I don't. I mean,
Whatever
his
it is, it's
verse.
the only part I
Yeah,
recognize.
so he says, "Y'all gotta move, y'all gotta move, y'all gotta move." Okay, so yeah,
Oh, it is
that is
three
the triplet.
times,
Yeah. So then he says, "Give me some room, give me some room, give me the juice."
which is still like the same thing, right?
Yeah. So Juice. Did you ever see the movie Juice with Tupac?
No.
So it's a movie, obviously years ago because he died in the '90s, but it was actually a good movie. I saw it when I was young. So the juice in that movie, it's like, oh, who's got the juice now? It's kind of like the I actually don't even know if they explicitly say what it is in the movie, but it's kind of just like the clout, you know what I mean? Like you're the man, you got the juice, right? So
Yeah.
it's like it kind of means like that, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So he wants the juice, he wants the clout, he wants people to, be aware of him, maybe fear him, whatever it is. And then he
Okay.
says, "Hop out the coop, hop out the coop." So it's then I believe he says hop out and shoot, not how about I shoot. Let's see, I have the lyrics here. He hop out and shoot.
Okay.
So it's gonna come out shooting. Then he says, y'all gotta move, give me the juice. So
Okay.
straightforward shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so that had to be like a pre-verb that made like a refrain. It's weird because he has three different flows so quickly on in the first minute.
Maybe it's a bridge.
What do they call it here? So, okay, so the y'all gotta move is considered a chorus.
Oh,
The I done did a lot of things in my day where he started as the refrain, and then this is his verse.
okay.
All right. So he says, "Back on my bullshit, my back to the wall, turn my back on you, all of you finished. Back to these bullets, it's back to the job, pull my Mac out and all of you running." It's weird when I'm reading this, like just straight, nothing rhymes because I'm not, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because you're not like making it
But
rhyme.
it's weird. He's really good at making these words because they rhymed when he was saying them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's back on his bullshit. So his back's to the wall. So it's similar type thing that he doesn't have a lot, but he's hungry, right? And then back to these bullets. So again, he's coming out shooting. So he's aiming for everybody in the game, and then pull up my Mac out. So like a
Yeah,
gun.
he's got everyone scared.
Yes. Oh, and then back on my bullshit, my back to the wall, turn my back on you. He says back three times, slightly different, meanings. Then he says, "Back on my hood shit. It's back to the pushing, these packs, and I'm actually pumping. Can't fuck with you rappers, you practically sucking. You might have went platinum, but that don't mean nothing. I'm actually buzzing this time. Straight out the kitchen, I told them the oven is mine."
That's funny.
Yeah, so he's on his hood shit. He's back to pushing these packs. So I wonder if he's referring to like his rhymes as like the packs, because typically if you're pushing packs, it's drug. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, probably.
some type of package that's usually drugs. So I think he might be equating his like raps and his verses, to drugs.
Yeah, I could see that.
And then he says, "Yeah, they're sucking, and you might have went platinum, but who gives a shit?"
Yeah, like doesn't matter.
And then he's buzzing now, and he's straight at the kitchen. I told him the oven is mine. That's a funny. I like that line. So he's the chef in the kitchen. He
Yes.
says, I do not fuck with you guys. If I don't kill you, just know that you're gonna suffer this time. So even if he doesn't kill you, you're still gonna be hurt. I ain't no gangster, but I got some bangers, some chains and some blades, and a couple of knives, choppers and jammies, a partridge, a pear tree. My 12 days of Christmas was nothing but lies. I love this part.
So it's pretty self-explanatory. He's saying like he's got bangers. Like it's a double entendre because he's saying like he has people who will back him up, but also like he has great
Well, it's
songs.
a triple then, because a gun also goes as a banger too.
Yeah, so then
It
it's
does sound like a triple to me.
and then what's jammies?
Same gun, same type of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the chopper, so if you want to make a distinction between the chopper and the jammy, I would think that the chopper would be like a rifle. Typically, it's like a. Sometimes when you hear it, it sounds like an automatic. Do you know what I mean? But it's
Okay.
semi-automatic or not legal, fully automatic, right? And then a jammy, I would imagine it's a pistol. So I mean, people use the word jammy for so many different things. A
Yeah.
jammy could even just be a blade. You know what I mean? And you're literally like jamming it. But like people just that's like one of the words like, oh, hand me one of those jammies over there. You know what I mean? That's like a phrase that can be used for like anything.
Could it also be related to Christmas, like your Christmas jammies, like pajamas?
I think it could be a play on that. I do. Because then, like you just mentioned, he ties it into Christmas where he says a partridge, a pear tree, like the 12 days of Christmas. And then he literally says, my 12 days of Christmas was nothing but lies. So he's saying, like, growing up, he didn't have, all the things, he didn't get all the things you hear about in the 12 days of Christmas. He
Yeah,
had blades, knives, you know what I mean? Guns, like that shit. That's what he had. Then he says, I run at you hard like a sumo. They say I talk like a chulo. I live in Mars, I'm not Bruno. Bitch, I'm a dog, call me Cucho. So this is another modern type flow that he's using here. You know what I mean? That's what the newer rappers do a lot.
yeah.
So yeah, run it. I mean, this is straightforward. Run at you hard. So sumo wrestlers, when they face off, they talk like a chulo. We discussed this in a previous Eminem song. So chulo is it's like a Spanish word. Chulo is slang for like I guess like it could be like a tough guy or like a cocky like badass dude. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's like a slang word. I live on Mars. I'm not Bruno. So he's like an alien, but then he's doing a play on Bruno Mars' name.
Yeah,
And then Cujo, the dog from the Stephen King book. And then he says, you play your cards. I reverse on you all. And I might just, I believe it's draw four, like an Uno.
that makes more sense.
Yes. So I love the way he ends this here.
So like draw four like a gun.
Yes, my four gun. Yeah. So yes, you play your cards. So he introduces the card scheme, but also, play the cards you're dealt. And then he said, I reverse on you all, which is an Uno card.
Yeah.
And then I might draw four like Uno, which draw four and reverse are obviously both cards in Uno, which is sick. All right. Then he says, okay, Calete Boca me I can't even say it. Maricon, little puto, and all
Calete
of you culo.
boca major.
I
So
have the exact translation. Do you want to guess before I read it here? Because I have the
calate
lyrics.
boca shut your mouth, little bitch, and all of your friends.
Okay, so
All of your ex.
this roughly translates to better shut your mouth, faggot, little whore, and all of you cowards. It says culo is slang for coward, and it literally means ass.
Yes.
And then puto is like bitch, but it also they were saying fag. You know what I mean? Oh, this is interesting. I never read this before. It says in the clean version of the song, the explicit Spanish content is not censored. So you hear this just like
That's
this.
so funny.
Yeah, that's very funny. So yeah, he's talking Spanish. Then he says they invented a level off in the ghetto to ghetto. Wait, that's wrong. They invented a level up in the ghetto to get old. Looking for something I probably can never find now. So okay, they invented a level up in the ghetto to get old. So I guess to make it in the ghetto, do you know what I mean? To actually age instead of dying young and early.
Maybe?
You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know if he's saying that like, oh, you get old there, like you trapped in there, or I don't know if he means that as like a good thing where oh, you can actually get old and not die young.
I'm not
I'm
sure.
actually not clear. Let me know what you guys think that he's referring to there. And then he says, yeah, looking for something I probably can never find now. Shit get relevant. Shit get relevant till all the beef died down. In truth, a dude just really want me tied down. I've been alone and I never needed nobody. Just only me and my shoddy. Is it shoddy? No, it's shorty. Yeah, the lyrics here say shorty, like his girl.
Yeah.
I tell these dudes to lie down. So, yeah, you gotta wait till the beef to die down. People want to tie him down.
Yeah, it's like all really self-explanatory for the most part.
Yeah, he doesn't need anybody. He just has him and his girl.
Yeah.
And then he tells people to lie down. Keep all the money. I never wanted the lifestyle. I just pray to God that my son be all right now. I said ain't no love for the other side or anyone who ever wants smoke. When I die, I'm going out as the underdog who never lost hope. So that's all straightforward. Like,
Yeah.
no explanation needed. You in the wrong cab down the wrong path. Dude, wrong way, wrong road. Snakes in the grass, trying to slither fast. I just bought a motherfucking lawnmower. I love that line
So
too.
basically, like everyone's a snake and they're out for him, but like he's gonna, put an end to that.
Cut the head off the snakes. Yes, and then his opponents are on the wrong path in the wrong cab, heading the wrong direction. All right, this is where we left off. So that's it. This song only gets one pause. I'm gonna play the rest of this out.
Okay.
Nigga, wrong way, wrong road. Snakes in the grass trying to slither fast. I just bought a fucking
I done said a
lawnmower.
lot of things in my day. I admit it, this is payback in a way. I regret it that I did it. I done won a couple Grammys, but I sold my soul to get them. Wasn't in it for the trophies, just the fucking recognition. Fuck's the difference, I'm that cracker, been the law. Fuck the rules, man, I used to risk it all. Now I got too much to lose. I've been eating long enough, man, my stomach should be full. I just ate, lick the plate, my buffet. Lucky me, fuck you think. Woo! I got a couple of mentions, still I don't have any manners. You got a couple of ghostwriters, but to these kids it don't actually matter. They're asking me what the fuck happened to hip-hop. I said I don't have any answers, cause I took a nap when I dropped my last album. It hurt me like hell, but I'm back on these rappers. And actually coming from humble beginnings, I'm somewhat uncomfortable winning. I wish I could say what a wonderful feeling. We're on the upswing like we're punching the ceiling, but nothing is feeling like anyone has any fucking ability to even stick to a subject. It's killing me, the inability to pin humility. Why don't we make a bunch of fucking songs about nothing and mumble and fuck it? I'm going for the juggler. Shit is a circus, you clowns that are coming up. Don't give an ounce of a motherfucker about the ones who were here before you that made rap. It's recap, way back, MCs that recap on tape decks, 8 dats with a G raps and Kane that we need 3 stacks ASAP and bring Matt the ace back, cause it's half of these rappers have brain damage. On a lean rapping, face tats syrupped out like tree sap. I don't hate trap, and I don't wanna see mad, but in fact, what I owe me at the same cat that would take that feedback and aim back. I need that, but I think it's inevitable. They know what button to press and whatever the pull to give me the snap though. And if I paid attention, I'm probably making it bigger, but you've been taking your dicks on a fucking backhoe. On the freaking minute, got me thinking of finishing everything with a seed, a minute, and reaping the benefits. I'm asleep at the wheel again as I'm peeking and thinking about an evil intent of another beat. I'm a killigan, cause even if I gotta end up eating a pill again, even ketamine and methamphetamine with a mini, then it better be at least 70 or 300 milligram, and I might as well, cause I'ma end up being a villain again. Levels to the shit, I got an elevator. You could never say to me I'm not a fucking record breaker. I sound like a broken record every time I break a record. Nobody could ever take away the legacy I made. I never cater, motherfucker, never got a right to be this way. I got spiked inside my DNA, but I roll till the wheels fall off. I'm working tirelessly, ayy. It's the moment y'all been waiting for, like California wishing rain to pour, and that drought y'all been praying for. My downfall, from the 8 Mile to the South Pass to the same marshal, that outlaw that they say is a rider might have fell off. I'm back on that bull like the cowboy. So y'all gotta move, yeah, y'all gotta move, yeah,
I gotta move. Give me some room. Give me some room. Give me the juice. How about the coupe? How about the coupe? How about the shoot? Y'all gotta move. Y'all gotta move. Give me the.
He raps so fast.
I know.
Follow anything.
Crazy. All right. So, remember I told you to remember what he said in the beginning? Joyner?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'll refer back to it. So, Eminem comes in. He does his little refrain. He says, I've said a lot of things in my day. I admit it. This is payback in a way. I regret it that I did it. I done won a couple Grammys, but I sold my soul to get them. Wasn't in it for the trophies, just the fucking recognition. Fuck's the difference.
Pretty self-explanatory.
So yes, but Joyner, so we have M's lyrics up. Joyner said, I did a lot of things in my day. I admit it. I don't take back what I say. If I said it, then I meant it. All my life I won a Grammy, but I'll probably never get it. I ain't never had no trophy or no motherfucking ribbon. So you see how
So
it's like,
kind of like a response to
it-
everything that, or like his own version of his opening.
yeah, so it's like kind of the opposite, but they're both attacking the same things. Do you know what I mean? So they're coming
Yeah,
at it from
it's
different.
pretty cool.
Eminem's like, I'm an old school rapper and I don't like this new music, and I'm famous and I have all this recognition and I don't like the direction of hip hop or whatever. And then
Yeah.
Joyner's like, I'm new, I never had this shit, but I kind of don't like it either. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
And then this part too, Eminem changes. He says, "I'm that cracker, bend the law, fuck the rules. Man, I used to risk it all. Now I got too much to lose. I've been eating long enough. Man, my stomach should be full. I just ate, licked the plate, my buffet. Lucky me. Fuck you think." So
Nice.
this is straightforward. The difference, obviously, in Joiners, he says, fuck the system, I'm that N-word, bend the law, cut the rules, I'm about to risk it all, I ain't got too much to lose. So it's flipped.
Yeah, it's like a little opposite.
And then he says, y'all been eating long enough. So again, it's the opposite, but they have the same aim. All right, so then Eminem comes in. He says, I got a couple of mansions, still I don't have any manners. I love this fucking line.
Because like a manor is like a mansion.
Yeah, like an estate.
Yeah.
But then manners, like,
Like not polite.
etiquette. Yeah. He says, you got a couple of ghostwriters, but to these kids, it don't actually matter. So I agree. There's a lot of stories. People are saying Drake had a lot of ghostwriters, but then the kids today, they don't care if these rappers aren't writing their own stuff. They just like the music. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then he says, they're asking me what the fuck happened to hip hop. I said I don't have any answers. because I took an L when I dropped my last album. It hurt me like hell, but I'm back on these rappers.
So basically saying like he doesn't know what happened to hip hop and he doesn't know what happened to the reception of his last album.
Yes, and it hurt him.
Yeah.
And he says, and I'm actually coming from humble beginnings. I'm somewhat uncomfortable winning. I wish I could say what a wonderful feeling. We're on the upswing like we're punching the ceiling. So
That's a cool line.
yeah, so this relates back to Joyner's stuff where he was saying that he came from humble beginnings, effectively he was poor and all that. So the next line is actually wrong on here. So I'm seeing if I have it pulled up. We're on the upswing. Yeah, so then after that we're punching the ceiling, upswing, obviously that one's self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm.
Then he says, but nothing is feeling, not so this says nothing is stealing. That's wrong. It says, but nothing is feeling like anyone has any fucking ability to even stick to a subject. It's killing me. The inability to pen humility, so to write humility. And then he says, hada tada bada bada,
Hakuna Matata?
kind of. He says, why don't we make a bunch of fucking songs about nothing and mumble them? And fuck it, I'm going for the jugular. So
Again, like shitting on them, saying that like he's trying hard, but like it doesn't seem to matter.
yes, and so nobody has the ability to stick to subject, right?
Mm,
So, and then they're not there's no humility. It's all I'm the best. I fucked your girl. I do these drugs. You know what I mean? It's like all that, and
yeah.
then literally he mumbles, and then we make songs about nothing and mumble them. Okay, so he says, "Fuck it, I'm going for the jugular." So that jugular line is important because it's actually a play. The next line he says, shit is a circus. You clowns that are coming up don't give an ounce of a motherfuck about the ones that we hear before you that make raps.
Oh, like a juggler.
Yeah, so the juggler
Juggler or
and
whatever.
jugular. So the jugular and then juggler
Yeah.
like in a circus. So I wanted to point that out.
Juggler.
And then,
Juggler.
yes. And then he says, you clowns don't give a motherfuck about the ones that we hear before you. So, the new kids, they don't respect the elders that were here before you to make raps. He said, it's recap. These lyrics are so fucking bad here. He says, let's recap way back.
It's recap.
Yeah, and then it says MCs that recap. Like, he said, no. He says, let's recap way back MCs that wreak havoc on tape decks. So let's go back to the MCs that wreaked havoc on tape decks. And then he says ADAT, which is like a type of cassette tape.
Okay.
And then he says, ADATs. Then he says, where the G raps and Kane's at, we need 3 stacks ASAP and bring Master Ace back. So Cool G Rap, Big Daddy Kane, and Master Ace, they were part of the Juice Crew, is the old school hip hop. And then 3 Stacks is like Andre 3000 from
Oh,
Outkast.
okay. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so he's like, all right, these are the people that were here before you, and we need them back. So he's shouting out the elders. Honestly, I've heard of Cool G Rap and Big Daddy Kane prior to this, but I didn't really know their music. But
Yeah, I don't
Master
know their
Ace,
music. I just know their names.
yeah, Master Ace, and the fact that they were all in a group called Juice Crew, I didn't know before I heard this Eminem song. So what he's doing is working. It's educating people.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And then he says, since half of these rappers have brain damage, all the lean rapping, face tats, syruped out like tree sap. That's so funny.
Mhm.
But yeah, he's just shitting on the new rappers. They have brain damage. They're all sipping lean, face tats, and then syruped out like tree sap. It's very funny. He says, I don't hate trap and I don't want to seem mad, but in fact, with an old me at. Okay, these lyrics are like so bad. Says, but in fact, where the old me at, the same cat that would take that feedback and aim back, I need that. So he's shitting on them, right? But then he's like, at the same time,
Yeah, like where is he who would have like actually done
well,
more about it?
and also if so, what he's saying to these youngest rappers, he's saying if somebody was saying that to me when I was younger, I would use that and go after them. You know what I mean? So he's
Yeah,
like, at the same time, these young kids, if I was in their shoes, I would be doing my thing and then just shitting on these old people, kind of. You know what I mean?
that's true.
So it's interesting. And then he says, but I think it's inevitable. They know a button to press or a lever to pull. They give me the strap, though. All right. This is fucking. These are the
Just read
worst.
it from
This
your phone
I'm
at this
gonna.
point.
Yeah, but I think it's inevitable. They know what button to press or what lever to pull to give me to snap though, so they know how to push his buttons or what lever to make Eminem
Yeah.
snap. And then he says, and if I pay it attention, I'm probably making it bigger. But you've been taking your dicks, and I'm fucking back, ho. Okay, so double. There's like a double entendre. There's like a weird thing where he's here. He says, but if you've let me read it from here again. He says, but you've been taking your dicks, and I'm fucking back, ho.
Oh,
So
I get it.
so
Like
the
digs.
Dicks sounds like digs. And then I'm fucking backhoe, but then the word backhoe is like a digging
Yeah.
machine. So digs, backhoe, and then dicks in your back. It sounds like that. So it's a cool little thing he does there. And then he says, I'm probably making it bigger, which if a backhoe would make a hole bigger, you know what I mean? So digging.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's cool. All right. Then he says, on the brink, any minute got me thinking of finishing everything with the acetaminophen and reaping the benefits. I'm asleep at the wheel again as I begin to thinking about an evil intent of another beat. I'm a kill again. So, I mean, he's like, all right, I'm on the brink. I'm about to go finish he's going to go OD on a bunch of drugs, right? And then he gets more into, he says, because if I got to end up eating a pill again, even ketamine or methamphetamine with the mini thin, it better be at least 70 or 300 milligrams. And I might as well, because I'm going to end up being a villain again. So it's the same thing. He's just getting more specific that he's going to end up relapsing,
Yeah.
and going crazy. Ketamine, meth, the many things which we discussed was that ephedrine drug, like a speed from back in the day. And he's like, oh, I might as well just do it because I'm going to be the villain again anyway for all the shit that he's talking. Then he says, there's levels to this shit. I got an elevator. You could never say to me I'm not a fucking record breaker. So I don't know. You remember the song Elevator on Relapse?
Yeah, but barely.
So yeah, he just it's literally the chorus is like an elevator in my house.
Yeah.
So he says levels to the shit, which was a saying that became popular a few years before this came out. He said you could never say to me I'm not a fucking record breaker. I sound like a broken record every time I break a record. I love that.
It's funny.
It's true. He constantly is breaking records. Then he says nobody could ever take away the legacy I made. That looks like it's fucked up again. I never cater. Motherfucker, now I got a right to be this way. I got spite inside my DNA, but I work till the wheels fall off. I'm working tirelessly, eh? So the DNA, I don't know if you recognize that from Kendrick Lamar had the song DNA.
Oh
I got
yeah.
loyalty inside my DNA. So he says, I got spite inside my DNA, so it's a play on that.
Okay.
And then, but I work till the wheels fall off. I'm working tirelessly, eh? You get it?
No.
You work till the wheels fall off, so you're working tirelessly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I like that
It's
one.
funny.
Yeah, so there's no tires on it, but he's also tireless. And he says, it's the moment y'all been waiting for, like California, wishing rain would pour, and that drought y'all have been praying for, my downfall. From the 8 Mile to the South Paw, still the same marshal, that outlaw that they say is a writer, might have fell off, but back on that bull like the Cowboys.
Okay.
So he's like, all right, everybody's been waiting for me to fall off. You've been praying for it. They're hoping Eminem's not going to be as good. They're waiting for my downfall. And he said from the 8 Mile to Southpaw. So it's obviously 8 Mile he starred in. Southpaw, I think he was a producer on. It was a boxing movie. But he's saying, but he's still that same Marshall, and people thinks he might have fell off after revival, but he's back on his bull like the Cowboys. So they ride bulls.
Yeah.
And then it just goes back into the
Of course.
chorus, and then that is it.
So
All right. Lucky.
it's really good. He rapped so fast on this.
I know. I felt like you were getting a little like,
Overwhelmed?
yeah, towards the end.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's good though.
I couldn't follow.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. I mean, I had to hear the song like dozens of times before I even heard everything that was being said.
Yeah, but it's really good.
It is,
It's impressive.
and it's fun. Again, it's one of these things where he's like taking like the style and stuff of like the modern rappers and like shitting on them, but like still kind of mimicking it and like sounding good while doing it. So it's very funny. I
Yeah,
like when he
and
does that.
clear.
Yeah, exactly. You can understand him.
Yeah.
And Joyner's really good too. So I don't think this definitely wasn't the first song I heard from him, Joyner Lucas.
No, he had a
But
song with Chris Brown, right?
did he? I don't remember.
I thought. Maybe I'm making that up. I don't
I
know.
don't know. He's really good though.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I like this song. I mean, this album, we're 3 tracks in, and they're all fucking, in my opinion, great tracks.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out Manscaped, Carnivore Snacks, SeatGeek, Chomps, Amazon storefront, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.